Are the Toronto Maple Leafs finally going to get serious about replacing Mitch Marner with a legitimate two-way superstar who thrives under playoff pressure, or are they going to let Adrian Kempe, a 30-goal scorer who's available because of stalled contract talks, slip through their fingers and watch another perfect fit land elsewhere? All right, folks, we are less than a month away from the start of the 2025 to 2026 NHL season, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are still grappling with the gaping hole left by Mitch Marner's departure. We've discussed countless names, from pipe dreams to intriguing possibilities, but now, a new name is gaining serious traction in the rumor mill, a name that could be the absolute perfect fit for what Toronto desperately needs. Adrian Kempe, the dynamic star winger from the Los Angeles Kings. And while the trade market has been surprisingly quiet all summer, the whispers from league executives suggest that as training camps approach, the clock is ticking for the Kings, and a golden opportunity might be presenting itself to Brad Treliving and the Leafs. Let's start by understanding the player at the center of this brewing storm, Adrian Kempe. At 29 years old, Kempe is not just a good player. He's one of the most complete and impactful wingers in the entire league. He stands 6'2", weighs 201 pounds, and brings a rare combination of size, speed, skill, and a relentless competitive drive. He's a true two-way force, capable of excelling at both ends of the ice, and he's consistently delivered elite offensive production. His scoring record speaks for itself. Kempe has scored over 30 goals in each of the last 3 seasons. That's consistent, top-tier offensive production from a player who can play both wings and contribute in all situations. For a Toronto team that has been desperately searching for a consistent, high-volume scorer to complement Auston Matthews and William Nylander, Kempe represents an immediate and significant upgrade. But beyond the raw numbers, it's Kempe's performance under pressure that makes him such an incredibly attractive target for the Maple Leafs. Toronto's core has faced relentless criticism for its playoff struggles, often accused of lacking the intensity and clutch performance needed when the stakes are highest. Kempe, on the other hand, thrives in the postseason. With 29 points in just 28 career playoff games, he has transformed into one of Los Angeles' most reliable performers when the pressure's on. He's a proven playoff performer, a player who elevates his game when it matters most. Exactly what Toronto needs. Now, let's talk about why Kempe is even available. And this is where the Los Angeles Kings' current situation creates a fascinating dilemma. Kempe is entering the final year of a 4-year, $22 million contract, carrying a very manageable $5.5 million cap hit. According to sources close to the player, Kempe's desire is to remain in California long-term. However, negotiations for a contract extension have reportedly stalled. The Kings, who are facing salary cap limitations and a pressing need to reinforce their defense, may find themselves forced to listen to offers for their star forward before he becomes an unrestricted free agent next summer. Losing a player of Kempe's caliber for nothing would be a catastrophic failure of asset management, something Rob Blake and the Kings management are undoubtedly desperate to avoid. It's in this precise scenario that the Toronto Maple Leafs emerge as a potential destination. The article references journalist Nestor Quickston of Heavy Sports, who previously raised the possibility of a trade involving young talent and a future draft pick, a package that would appeal to the Kings as they look to retool their roster. For Toronto, the arrival of a player with Kempe's profile would be a masterstroke before the start of a new season. The team has been searching for years for a balance between skill and intensity, characteristics that Kempe combines with natural ease. His presence alongside Auston Matthews and William Nylander would create one of the most dangerous lines in the Eastern Conference, a line that could dominate offensively and set the tone physically. The fit with Craig Berube's system is also undeniable. Berube wants a team that plays with more grit, more physicality, and more determination. He wants players who are hard to play against, who win puck battles, and who aren't afraid to go to the dirty areas. Kempe, with his size, speed, and relentless forecheck, embodies that style. He's not just a skilled scorer. He's a power forward who can play a heavy game, drive the net, and create space for his line mates. He brings that combination of skill and snarl that Berube values, and that Toronto has often lacked in the playoffs. However, despite the compelling fit and the Kings' potential dilemma, this negotiation is far from certain. The Kings know the immense value of their top forward and will not trade him for anything less than a premium return. They'll demand a package that includes high-end prospects and multiple draft picks. Toronto, while possessing some intriguing young talent, has a more limited pool of true assets compared to some other contenders. Brad Treliving's willingness to part with prize prospects like Auston or Ben Danford, plus a first-round pick, will be severely tested. The article correctly notes that Toronto observes with attention. Patience has been a hallmark of the Leafs' new operations department, but there's an internal understanding that this could be a rare golden opportunity. That's the crux of the matter. Treliving has shown a willingness to be patient, to not overpay, and to make calculated moves. But some opportunities are too good to let slip away. A 30-goal scorer, a proven playoff performer, a two-way force, signed at a manageable cap hit for one more season. That's a rare commodity on the trade market. If the Kings' extension talks with Kemp continue to be stalled, Rob Blake's management team will be forced to consider the scenario of losing the player for free next summer, a disaster they certainly want to avoid. That pressure creates leverage for potential trade partners like Toronto. The question is, will Treliving seize this moment? Will he be aggressive enough to make a compelling offer that the Kings can't refuse? This isn't just about adding another body to the lineup. It's about adding a piece that can genuinely elevate this team, both offensively and in terms of its competitive identity. It's about showing the fan base that management is committed to doing whatever it takes to win the Stanley Cup. The risk is there, the cost is high, but the reward, a legitimate top-six superstar who thrives under pressure and perfectly fits the new coaching philosophy, is incredibly sweet. What do you think, Leafs Nation? Is Adrian Kempe the missing piece that could finally transform Toronto's offense and playoff fortunes? Would you be willing to trade a package, including a top prospect like Auston or Ben Danford, plus a first-round pick to land him? Or is a potential long-term contract commitment too much of a risk? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. I want to hear all your perspectives on this potential blockbuster. And if you want to stay on top of every trade rumor, every potential acquisition, and every breaking news story as the NHL season unfolds, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. We'll be here breaking down every significant development, and you won't want to miss a single update